Hello everyone, and welcome back to PropWay. So just a few days ago, the final episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was released on Disney+. And as always, whenever I see a new suit or a new mask or a new prop, I always think about how I'm gonna make it. So this video will be a tutorial on how I made the new Captain America mask. I keep wanting to call it the Falcon mask, but I guess it really is Captain America, but new Falcon or new Captain America mask. This is it. And this really wasn't very difficult to make. There was a lot of good reference shots in the show that I took photos of. So in the show, it looks like the mask actually connects to his suit, but since I'm not making the full suit, at least not right now, I just made the headpiece, and I will put this on right now. Since obviously this hole is really small, I added a strap that kind of opens it up. And it is a little tight, but it's supposed to be, so let's put this on. So once that's on there, just strap it across the neck and tie. I'm wearing a white jacket for this reason. And here it is. So this is actually very comfortable to wear. I will be posting a template in the description below on how I made it. There are some minor details that are not on this that I will be fixing on the template. So by the time you see the template, it should be very similar to this, but just with some sizing changes, which will make it a little more accurate. So without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. So as always, I start off by freehand sketching just a general pattern of what I think the headpiece looks like on a scrap piece of foam. And right now, I'm just looking at reference photos on my iPad as I sketch it out. So one technique that I do here to make sure that the goggles are perfectly symmetrical is I just cut out half of it, and I fold it over, and I sketch it onto the other side. So once you have the goggles cut out, you want to glue the back together like this so you have one round piece. And now here I'm just sketching the rest of the mask. I tape it together with masking tape before I glue it just to make sure that the sizing is correct. And once I think it looks good, I start putting on the contact cement. And now here I just glue one side of the face and then I glue together the other side. And once those are stuck together, I start from the back and I work my way towards the sides. And this is what you should have after you glue it together. So now here, I'm just cutting out the back of the headpiece. I did trim it a little bit so the template won't look exactly like this, but the template will have the correct size piece. So once you glue that back in, you should have something like this. And now for the neck strap, I just cut out a rectangular piece of foam that I glue onto one side. As you can see here, I'm just using the contact cement. And then the other side of the neck, I will be putting on a strip of Velcro, and that will be how I take it on and off. So here you just glue one side of the neck piece, put another strip of Velcro on the strap, and you should be able to close it just like this. Now for the visor, I just found a binder divider at the dollar store, which was very see-through, a lot more see-through than my first Falcon goggles, so this worked out perfectly. And here I'm just cutting out the shape of the eyepiece, and I throw on a little bit of contact cement onto the edges of this piece. Then you throw on some contact cement on the inside of the eyes. And once you have that in place, you want to carefully put the visor on. And you want to make sure it's as centered as possible. And you should have something like this. So now here I'm just sketching out the details of the mask. And if you've seen my other prop videos, you know that I will be doing my favorite technique of scoring these lines with an X-Acto knife. Again, you're not cutting all the way through the foam. You want to just get a nice little cut in there so that when you heat it up with a heat gun, the lines should open up and give you nice details. Now to seal it, I use Mod Podge, and I just coat the entire mask with Mod Podge. One layer should be enough. If you feel like you need to do more layers, that's fine. And once the Mod Podge is dried, I just throw on some white acrylic paint to cover up all of the sketch lines. And once your white paint is dried, you should have a nice clean looking mask like this. Now to finish it off, I am adding all of the black details. So I just use black acrylic paint. It was difficult to get the nice fine details with a brush, so then I took a black Sharpie to color it in. So this black Sharpie should only act as your first layer. You definitely want to go back and throw on some acrylic paint on top of that. The black Sharpie just helps kind of fill in a nice background so that if your acrylic paint isn't super thick on your first layer, it won't be very noticeable. So here you can see I'm throwing on the acrylic paint to give it a nice solid black color. And now there are some small details on the sides of the mask that look like a little bit of a mesh. So I just took my X-Acto knife and I scored some hash marks into it, as you can see here. And here is the final mask. Thank you guys very much for watching that tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. As always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. To all my new subscribers, welcome to this channel. There will be a lot more content coming up, so I appreciate you being here, and I will see you all in the next video.